Alright, hey everybody, it's the Roast Bros. I'm Ryan, and I'm here for some clarification on my opinions on Metroid Federation Force and Metroid Blast Ball. Okay, so I know I was pretty much the only person that, at least I've seen, that has reacted somewhat positively towards the game. So, you can see my initial reaction here. I mean, I was pretty much awestruck. Oh, this is the Blast Ball. I honestly really don't care for this. Hold up! Hold up! And I've got little friends joining me. Hello. Alrighty, we've got friends join. So, as I was saying, I was pretty much the only one who reacted positively. Everyone else was like, "Oh, what the hell is this? This is Metroid." And I continued watching the show, still pumped that we are getting a Metroid title. But then my opinions kind of changed after the show, and I kept thinking about it, and I kept thinking, like, this isn't Metroid Prime, and it just felt like they were kind of tacking the name on at the end. Like, I don't believe it started as a Metroid game. And I don't believe they have the confidence, or they had the confidence originally to kind of use that as a new IP. Kind of similar situation to Star Fox Adventures. That was going to be Dinosaur Planet, but Miyamoto slapped Star Fox on it, and in my opinion became a better game because of it. But alright, I apologize again, this video keeps getting interrupted over and over. So, I've got my big dog out here. Alright, so it didn't feel like a Metroid game, and it felt like it was slapped on at the last minute. Or tacked on at the last minute. And my reactions towards it grew to be very negative, pretty much like everyone else. But the difference was, I didn't really form that opinion on my own. It was after reading a lot of other people's opinions of it that kind of influenced my opinion. And I really know everyone has their own opinion, and it really shouldn't be like based solely on other people's opinions. So I started thinking about it more. And then there was word that came out from, what was it? I got it right here. IGN actually approached the Metroid Prime producer, Kensuke Tanabe, to talk about what's going on with the Metroid Prime franchise and like what the deal is with this. And he basically spoke of this game is setting up for a big Metroid Prime game, because he explains how he doesn't work with the 2D games. That's all Yoshio Sakamoto. And he's the one who directed Metroid Other M and says that the Prime games aren't canon. And this one is thereby saying Metroid Other M isn't canon by existing. I don't know, it's a whole big mess. But that's going to happen when you have more than one director for a series. So, Tanabe here is the one who works on... He worked on Prime, Prime 2, Echoes, Prime 3 Corruption, Hunters, I'm sure Pinball. And we have Yoshio Sakamoto who worked on Fusion, Super Metroid, Metroid 1, Metroid 2, Other M. So we got two guys who are like kind of like equal in the Metroid. They've got good quality titles under their belt. And what Tanabe was saying about Federation Force, he said, well, this is a direct quote, "I said this at the beginning, but I'm not involved in the 2D Metroid games that Yoshio Sakamoto works on. I still feel like there is a little more work left for me to do in the Metroid Prime series. I can't say when, but I want to make another one." And then he goes to clarify about the end of Metroid Prime 3, where if you got the 100% completion, you saw a ship that was chasing after Samus, and I'll show you the footage here. Excuse me. So, most of the fandom speculates that this ship actually belongs to Silex, who is a hunter in Metroid Prime Hunters that ends up getting away. And most people believe that he was going to appear in a Metroid Prime 4 alongside Samus. But it was never really confirmed because the ship wasn't exactly looked like it, just kind of looked like it. It had like similar color scheme. But then Tanabe actually says he's actually chasing after Samus, and that's where the game ends. There's still more I want to build around the story of Silex and Samus. There's something going on between them. I want to make a game that touches upon it. I'm also thinking that in the eventual game between Silex and Samus that gets made, so he's saying eventually, like, it's gonna happen. Like, eventual game, that's thing that's gonna be happening. That I want to involve the Galactic Federation as well. So it'd be a good idea to release a game like the Federation Forces to flesh out its role in the galaxy before moving on to that. So his reason for making Federation Forces is to flesh out the story of the Galactic Federation. And once I read this, I grew more liking to the idea of this game, because the Galactic Federation is something that's always been an enigma in the Metroid series. You hear so much of it, but see so little of it. The most we see of it is actually in Metroid Fusion, or I guess you could also say Other M, but Fusion mainly, where we see Samus actually, as it's the end of the timeline, where we see Samus basically go rogue from the Galactic Federation as they try to blow up SR3, or the BSL station, that's what it was. And if we're going to move on next in the chronology in the like the 2D Metroid games, we're going to be seeing the Galactic Federation as they chase after Samus as like a kind of opposite bounty hunter thing. And I feel like we can't even really do that if we don't know the scope of what they can do. And honestly, I think that this game could do that. Now, yes, I do agree it could have been revealed in a way better fashion. Well, actually, the way I have it, the way it was revealed, I actually liked how they talked about it as this new game. Like, you can even see my reaction, like I was saying, those sneaky bastards. I enjoy having it be a surprise reveal. I liked that. What they revealed, like, and how they revealed it and how the game looks, could have been better, and I do agree on that. But at the same time, it was like a minute trailer, and people have already started a petition to cancel this game over a minute-and-a-half trailer. I mean, I'm going to compare it back to Star Fox again. People hearken that as the killer of the Star Fox franchise for Star Fox Adventures. And we've got a new game on Wii U that everyone's in love with. And, okay. So, I mean, if you're a Metroid fan, I suggest not christening this game, or like not condemning this game, that's what I mean. Condemning this game before we get more information on it, see how it's going to play out, because it's not going to take the place of a new Metroid as I originally thought. Like, because like, if one big argument is spin-off titles are okay if we have main titles to support them, like if we're not getting spin-off in place of a new Metroid game. But the fact that Tanabe says that there's going to be an eventual Metroid Prime where Silex and Samus meet up, and that this is kind of just bridging the gap of filling in the pieces that we don't know yet, I'm willing to let him take that role. I'm willing to accept this and see how it plays. If it plays bad, then it's just going to be a bad game with an interesting take on the Metroid universe. If it plays well, then, well, we've got another case of Star Fox Adventures in this hand where I happen to be in the minority and like a game that supposedly killed a franchise. But yeah, it's gotten to the point where the only comment so far, as of this recording, on my E3 reaction video, was a link to the petition to kill Metroid Prime Federation Forces in Blast Ball. So, yeah, I guess internet, you just need to grow up a little bit. Maybe take some time to think about what actually is going on instead of jumping the gun like I originally did and believing that this kills the Metroid franchise, because I mean, the wand is there at Nintendo to make it, so we'll just have to see how things play out. I don't know what I was going to rant on next, because I had some E3 rants I wanted to do. The next one might be Star Fox, so I guess you guys can look forward to that. Peace out. Ryan from the Starless Bros. If you like this video, please share, subscribe, comment, like, and favorite.